Hey there, Paul and Jessica. How you guys doing? This is the video I was speaking to Jessica about earlier on the phone. So basically, to break this video down and just explain what I'm going to be talking about in this video real quick, I'm going to go over your biggest competitors, specifically for the keyword car accident attorney, Tampa, Florida. I'm going to show you why they're your biggest competitor, how they're your biggest competitor. I'm going to give you some strategies and tools that you guys can go and utilize yourself to ultimately beat out a bunch of your competitors online, start becoming more of an authority, start getting more business, so on and so forth. Now, I'm going to also show you what's working for your website, what can be improved, so on and so forth. So, I'm going to try and keep this video nice and short. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your guys' time either. So, when you're finished watching this video, reach out. I'd love to talk some more, and we can kind of take things from there. So first things first is when it comes to your website, it's about how user-friendly it is, how easy it is to navigate, and to be able to cater to different types of people coming to your site for whatever reason that may be. Now what I mean when I say that is when somebody comes to your site, they don't want to have to scroll throughout your entire site to figure out what services you offer, what areas you offer those services in, how they can get a hold of you, so on and so forth. So we want to make sure that we have all that information provided right from the start of the website without them having to even scroll. So taking a look at your guys's, I absolutely love how you guys have your click-to-call phone number right from the start. You have your practice areas in drop-down menus. One thing I could suggest is your locations being in a drop-down menu, as well as a form submission. Unless this leads to a form submission. Okay, so that works. This really wasn't a contact page. So I would definitely change that and just have that be more so up at the top. That way they can actually see it, put the map at the bottom. You know, little stuff like that really does matter. So the next thing I want to talk about is how you guys are ADA compliant. That is great. That protects you from being sued. Next thing is your guys' content. Now when it comes to content, the more content the better because Google can only read. So in order to be considered an authority, you need a minimum of 2,000 words of keyword-rich authoritative content. Now, what that means is if your competitor has 2,500, that means you now need to go get 3,000, possibly 3,500 words of content. Now, that's not just any old written content, of course. Not something you can just type into ChatGPT and get written for you. No, that is professionally written, keyword-rich, authoritative content. Now what that means is if we were to start working together, I would go do competitive keyword research. Based on that research, I'd find the keywords that we know are going to bring you and your company more business, and that's based on those keywords already bringing your competitor business, your biggest competitor business at that. So we take those keywords, send them out to our professional content writers, and they strategically embed those keywords throughout the content that they're writing about you, about your services, so on and so forth. Now, speaking of your competitor, I did a general search over here, and these guys from the organic section are one of your competitors. Now, I'm going to show you how to beat these guys, but if we take a look at their site, we can see that this is their site. You know, they got the click-to-call phone number. They have the all of their services and drop-down menus. Their site is definitely slow. They don't have a form submission option. They're not ADA compliant, so they're definitely lacking a bunch of stuff, but Google is still putting them to outrank you, and that's for a few different reasons. One of them is having more content than what you guys currently have. Another is how long they've been around for. There's a lot that could be the reason why they're currently outranking you. But coming over here, I'm just going to break down Google for you based on this search that I did earlier. So it's not there now, but typically the first thing that will show up in Google is the ads. They're not there now, like I said, but the second thing that shows up, which is the first thing that's showing up now, is the Google My Business. Now, in order to get ranked in this section, it requires a few different things. Some of them include citations, geotagged pictures, having good reviews. There's a lot that goes into this area here, but it's a very important section to want to be in, because remember how earlier I said some people come to call, some people come to message. Same thing with Google. Some people go to Google and they strictly go to the ads, they strictly go to the Google My Business, so on and so forth. So if we were to make sure that we get you in each of those spots for a bunch of different keywords that you have chosen, or we have chosen, that we know are going to get you business, you have the highest odds. Now, as you can see, you guys are currently not listed in this area, which is definitely an issue because you're missing out on all the business that comes to this area and this area alone. Now, the last section I'm going to go over with you in Google is the organic section. It directly deals with your website. Now, in order to get ranked in this area, it requires having the most relevant backlinks. And as I scroll through on this first page, we won't see your guys' site because I actually found you guys on the 5th page of Google. If you're not on this first page of Google, nobody's going to the bottom of the first page, let alone the 5th page, to find somebody. If you're not on the first page, you're going to be overlooked, and that is what's happening with you guys as of right now. So we come over here to a paid resource I pay monthly for, and we're currently looking at your stats. Now, because of your stats, you're only getting one person to your site each and every month. Now, that is nowhere near what you could or should be getting based on your competitor. So if we come and look at your competitor, we can see their stats and then look at the traffic that they're getting. They're getting over 1,000 people, almost 2,000 people to their site each and every month. This is a lot of business that you guys are missing out on. Now keep in mind, this is just one of your competitors. If I were to go to Google and type any other service that you guys offer in any other areas, even in the same area of Tampa, you can have completely different competitors. And you do have completely different competitors. Therefore, they each have their own business that you're missing out on. So that is them. Now to show you a site that we built, this is our client that we work with out of Scranton and Massachusetts. This website was built from scratch. It was a white blank slate, and now it's this beautiful customized website that ranks, that brings business, and yeah. So click to call phone number, form submission option, everything in drop-down menus that needs to be in drop-down menus. We have English and Spanish. We're ADA compliant. We have all the content we need in order to be considered an authority, as well as beat out our competitions online. Just absolutely beautiful websites that are completely customized and catered to the client and what they want, what they need, and yeah, they're very happy with it. So that's all I have for you right now. You know, you see what you're currently getting versus what you could be getting just based on one of your competitors alone. And if I show you real quick, these are all the keywords that I found that people are looking up every month. So 100 people are going into Google typing personal injury lawyers Tampa, Florida, and you're not getting any of them. 70 people typing personal injury attorney in Tampa, Florida. 500 people typing personal injury attorney Tampa, Florida. That's crazy amount. This is all business that you could be getting. But yeah, so that's all I have for you as of right now. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I'd love to hear back from you, get some feedback, and maybe discuss things a little bit further. But have a great weekend. Bye, guys.